When you marry someone, you expect partnership, love, safety. But living with a narcissist husband, it's not partnership. It's a slow unraveling of who you are. At first, he seemed perfect, charming, attentive. He noticed every detail. It felt like finally, someone sees me. Pause, but slowly, something shifted. The man you married wasn't the man you were living with anymore. Or maybe, he never was. This is the dark reality of living with a narcissist husband. And today, we're going to walk through it together. The love bombing, the gaslighting, the walking on eggshells, the way he twists your mind until you can't even recognize yourself. And by the end, you'll understand not just why it hurts, but why it isn't your fault. And most importantly, how to begin reclaiming yourself. Living with a narcissist husband doesn't start with abuse. It starts with intensity. With romance that feels bigger than life. He made you feel chosen. Special. Like no one else would ever love you the way he did. The attention was intoxicating. He texted constantly. He said all the right words. He mirrored your dreams back to you, so you believed you'd finally found your soulmate. But this wasn't love. It was a setup. An illusion built to hook you. Because love bombing isn't about love, it's about control. It's about creating dependency. So that when the mask eventually slips, you'll stay. You'll cling to that perfect beginning, always hoping it comes back. And this is the first trap. The version of him you fell in love with never really existed. Then, the warmth cools. The compliments turn into criticisms. The attentiveness turns into control. He laughs at things that hurt you. He dismisses your feelings as too sensitive. He twists your words until you're apologizing for things you never did. Living with a narcissist husband means living in confusion. One moment, he's kind. The next, cold. And you start walking on eggshells, trying to avoid the explosions. He convinces you the problem isn't him. It's you. Your reactions. Your overthinking. And little by little, you believe it. This is gaslighting. And it's one of the most powerful tools he uses to keep you trapped. Living with a narcissist husband feels like living in a minefield. Every day, you're scanning his mood. Measuring every word. Adjusting your tone, your expression, your entire being. Just to keep the peace. Maybe he controls the finances. Maybe he criticizes how you dress, how you cook, how you parent. Maybe he withholds affection, punishing you with silence when you displease him. And the worst part? No one else sees it. To the outside world, he's charming, respectable, even admired. But behind closed doors, you carry the weight of his cruelty in silence. And over time, that silence eats away at you. Until you can't even hear your own voice anymore. Living with a narcissist husband changes you. Not because you're weak, but because you're human. Your nervous system gets trapped in survival mode. You start doubting your instincts. You lose trust in your own judgment. You feel anxious, exhausted, numb. You might even begin to believe the things he says about you. That you're unlovable. That no one else would want you. That you're the problem. This is the trauma bond. It's not love, it's survival wired into your body. And it makes leaving feel impossible. But here's the truth, the fact that you've survived in this environment doesn't make you broken. It makes you strong. You may ask yourself, why can't I just leave? The truth is, it's not that simple. Narcissist husbands create dependency. Financial, emotional, social. They isolate you from friends and family, so they become your only source of validation. Leaving means stepping into the unknown. And after years of being told you can't survive without him, that unknown feels terrifying. But here's the truth he never wanted you to see: you are capable. You are worthy. And you are not alone. Healing after living with a narcissist husband is not easy. But it is possible. It begins with clarity. With understanding that his behavior was never love. It was manipulation. It continues with boundaries. With no contact, or as little contact as possible. With surrounding yourself with people who remind you of who you are, not who he told you to be. And slowly, piece by piece, you start to rebuild. You reconnect with your voice. You rediscover your worth. You begin to feel safe in your own body again. Healing is not about going back to who you were before him. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. So here's the dark reality of living with a narcissist husband: it's painful, confusing, exhausting. But it's not the end of your story. Because the truth is, you didn't lose love. You lost an illusion. And what you stand to gain is priceless. Clarity, peace, and a life where you finally belong to yourself again. If this spoke to you, subscribe. Not because I need numbers, but because I want you to keep finding reminders that you are not crazy. You are not broken. And you are not alone. And this time, you're not going back.